Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Al, and I'm going to listen to. I think you're making some comments over my Voxy Pop discussion group, so let's see what you have to say.
Hello, Michael. This is Al here. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and you must be having a sound sleep. At this moment, it's 11:45 in the night on Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm still studying for my TOEFL. The major reason I'm recording this message for you is that I have a couple of questions and I also have some difficulties. But first of all, let me tell you that so far I had taken 3 ETS TOEFL exam.
Okay.
Not the complete exam, but only speaking section, since I'm targeting 26 out of 30.
Okay.
And after recording my voice and after recording my answer, I started scoring myself.
Okay.
And I stumbled upon a couple of problems here, and I hope if you can guide me, that would really help me.
Okay.
First of all, for the independent speaking task number 1 and number 2, sometimes it...
Remember, when you say number 1 and number 2, you need to pronounce that T with more air, and then ooh, number 2.
It's really difficult for me to form a thesis or a topic statement for an answer.
Okay.
Because the question was asked some weirdly. For example, let's put it this way. There was a question, describe a moment in your life which was very embarrassing to you and why it was so embarrassing. Within 15 seconds, it was good to remember that embarrassing moment, but it was really difficult to form a thesis statement.
Now here's the thing, when you have these two-part questions like that, it's not that easy to form a topic or thesis statement. Sometimes you don't even need to worry about that. So in this case, you don't really need a thesis. You would just describe the moment first, just describe what happened, describe it as best you can in 15 to 20 seconds, and then secondly, explain why it was embarrassing, focusing around one key idea. I probably wouldn't do more than that. So in those two-part questions, I would not worry as much about trying to create a sharply focused topic statement or thesis. I have a question like that at my course. The question, I think, is very similar to that. It's describe a place you visited as a child, and then explain a favorite memory you had while visiting that place. You cannot really create a topic statement that answers both parts of that question. The only thing you can do really is to describe the place first and then explain a favorite memory. That's pretty much all you can do.
Secondly, there was also a question, describe a photograph that you remember. What do you like about this photograph and why you don't like this photograph?
Again, I wouldn't worry about a topic statement for that. It's a two-part question. The first part is to describe the photograph, and then the second part is to explain why you like it, and that's it, right? And these are tough questions. If you look at a lot of my independent speaking prompts, I'll have a lot of description. These types of questions are really hard because they require very specific vocabulary. So you have to be very, very specific in your response, and you need to make sure you answer both parts of the task.
15 seconds have just gone by because I cannot be too specific which photograph I really liked or not.
You got to pick it. You have to pick it.
The second is for the question number 3 and question number 4. In one of the tests, my intonation was really poor. This is because I was reading.
Remember, when you say intonation, again, intonation, you have to pronounce that T with more air.
Speaking. So my level of speech was going up and down.
Okay.
It never remained constant. For example, when I'm expressing myself with a surprise emotion such as amazing or I'm so depressed, so it was going very weirdly.
Well, remember that in my opinion, really, If your intonation is exactly the same throughout the whole response and you're not going up and down and you're not varying your intonation, that's not good. So you should be varying your tone. Remember that when you're saying ideas, you have maybe a sentence that's maybe 8 to 15 words. Within that sentence, you have different thought groups. Within each thought group, the tone near the end of the thought group should be a little bit higher, and then once you get to the final thought group in those ideas, that's when your tone drops. So it is a combination, I think, of rising and lowering type inflections when you speak. That's kind of how English sounds.
Because I cannot, I was not able to think in a group of words. It is really important to think in a group of words and speak. And later on I realized that why this is not happening, why my intonation is always poor. I realized that when I am relaxed and talking, I can connect my ideas.
Let's go back here.
Oh, it was going very weirdly. This is because I cannot. Later on I realized that why this is not happening, why my intonation is always poor. I realized that when I am relaxed and talking.
You want to say when I am relaxed. So instead of when I relax, when I am relaxed, don't forget that be verb in there.
I can connect my ideas very well, and that really gives me a good intonation pattern.
Yeah.
But the drawback here is I cannot pronounce it properly. Let's put it this way, when I am relaxed, I can think in a thought group. I can connect my ideas very clearly, but it affects my pronunciation, especially P, B, D, and B and O sounds.
Yes.
On the contrary,
And part of that, see, is your native language. In your native language, you pronounce those sounds differently than you do in English. So, yeah. So it's just a matter of continuing to practice and getting more used to those sounds. Eventually, you'll have a distinct difference in your mind of how you pronounce these sounds from one language to the next.
when I am concentrating, my pronunciation is really good, but I cannot think in thought groups. I cannot connect my ideas very well because it's really challenging to balance both the sides together.
Yes.
Reading, speaking, pronunciation, and blending your thoughts in a thought group.
Yeah, right.
I need to figure it out how it works, how I can overcome these issues. The major goal here is to get only 26 out of 30.
Yeah, right.
That's my goal. And finally, I do not want to drop this bomb, but let me tell you, I have my TOEFL scheduled on October 16th.
Wow.
That is just only 4 days from now.
Yes.
So if you are listening this message and if you can provide me your feedback,
Okay.
if I can cancel this or if I can go ahead and later on figure it out how, if I can overcome these problems in 4 days, that would be really good. But everything depends on my hard work and my concentration. I just want to relax and I know I can do this.
Yeah.
I just need somebody to assure me what is actually going wrong here. If you can help me with this,
All right.
then I would be really indebted for you, and I'm hoping to hear from you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and good night.
All right, so I think you've been doing a pretty good job. I mean, you've been getting feedback from me, so you know that you do have problems with delivery and sometimes language use. Overall, you have a pretty good sense of how to structure and organize your ideas. So your strategy, when you're doing the TOEFL on the 16th, if you get a multitask, independent speaking task, don't worry about creating a topic statement for that kind of question. Just deal with the two parts of the question, one after the other. So if it says describe a photograph, describe one of your favorite photographs and then explain why it's important to you. In this case, you would just start off, a favorite photograph that I have is a picture of when I went to Disneyland with my family. In the picture, you can see in the background, you can see some trees, you can see a white building, and also you can see the Matterhorn ride at Disneyland Park. This is my favorite picture because, and then you just say blah, 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 and so on. That's it. So if it's a two-part question, don't worry about that topic statement. Now, if it says this, if it says, which form of exercise do you think is better, walking or swimming, and give reasons to explain your point of view, in this type of question, it's quite easy to create a topic statement along with maybe two supporting points. So you might say something like, well, in terms of deciding whether swimming and walking is a better form of exercise, personally, I prefer walking because it's more convenient and I can do it all year round. Right, you might say. So that type of question, it's easier. So when you're doing the TOEFL on the 16th, if you get a description type question, then don't worry about the topic statement. Just worry about answering the two parts of the question. That would be my strategy there. Now, to give you some additional tips, when you're putting together your ideas, you're conscious that you do have to have thought groups, and you're also conscious that you need to do blending within those thought groups, and you're also conscious about your intonation. This is all good. That's why you've been practicing these things. Now, when you're taking the TOEFL on the 16th, don't think about those things too much. Just try to speak as naturally and as quickly as you can. If you just think of it like that, and then don't think about all those particular things too much, you should be able to do okay. I'm confident that if you have a good day and you feel comfortable with the speaking task, that you should be able to organize and develop and explain these things in a way that the IBT human raters can understand what you're saying. So I think there's a pretty good chance there that you should be able to get pretty close to 26 or even higher when you complete your independent and integrated speaking tasks on the official TOEFL IBT exam. All right, hang in there. You can do this, right? I think you can do this. Now let's go to the next voice recording.
Hello, Michael. This is Al here again. Unfortunately, I was not able to include this message to my previous recording.
Okay.
And I just wanted to let you know that my TOEFL is scheduled on October 16th.
Yes.
And I remember previously we had a talk that you can grade my ETS exam. And I also need to transfer some amount of money to your bank, which I am gladly like to do it. The only question or concern here is, it's a really short.
You want to say question or concern. So you want to put that stress on the second syllable, not the first. So the only question or concern I have is...
period of time now. I know you have a full-time job as well as you have your family. How quickly can you grade it? That is the question, because that would certainly help me to make a decision to cancel the exam or just go ahead with it. At this moment, I'm very optimistic. I want to take it. So October 16th.
Okay.
I'm optimistic to get 26 out of 30.
Yes.
But I just need some assurance from a well-known person that, okay, I can achieve it.
I'm optimistic too. I'm pretty optimistic as long as you feel comfortable with the speaking task that you're given and you try to relax. I think you have a very good chance of reaching your goal.
Okay. Please reply to this message as soon as you get a chance. Thank you so much and good night.
Okay. I could do them.
Hello, Mike.
I can listen to your speaking tasks probably today. Tomorrow it's going to be tough. I teach at California State University, San Bernardino. I have a lot of stuff going on. But I will have some free time between about 12 and 2 p.m. So if you want me to listen to 6 of your ETS speaking tasks, it is possible I could do that. I think I just said make a payment of $20. I'm happy with that. You can just email it to me, and then I will listen to those. All right, so we got it. So what is your plan on the 16th? Your plan is to be relaxed. Try not to think too much about the blending, the thought groups, intonation. Just try to speak clearly, try to speak fluently, and I think your practice that you've done, it should take you through the exam and help you get that 26 or higher. All right, Al? All right, thank you. Good luck to you.